Hey guys, Robbie here from CrossFit South Bend with another edition of Amy's Treat Corner. Today we're doing a special St. Patrick's Day edition.
Look at the Irish.
Look at the Irish. We're right down the street from University of Notre Dame.
That's right.
Doing a special St. Patrick's Day edition.
Where our shirts were inspired.
Yeah.
Actually, you see, our CFSB, train like a champion. Today we're going to cook like a champion today.
Exactly. Got our Notre Dame inspired shirts. Amy's going to be looking like a leprechaun version of Justin Timberlake, apparently.
Hey, we dressed up for everybody.
Yes,
I have my tiara, which is very important, Robbie.
Yes, you look awesome.
Yeah, we're going to go out and have some fun afterwards. So what we are doing today, though, is making some fudgy sweet potato brownies today.
Sounds delicious.
Okay, shall we get started?
Yes.
Okay, fudgy sweet potato brownies. A little different twist from your normal brownie, but what I'm doing here is Robbie's going to mash up first some sweet potato, 4 ounces, that's all it is. And then I added a twist of a half of an avocado. Just go ahead and have fun mashing that up, Robbie. While he's mashing that up, which shouldn't take too much because they're pretty soft, you're going to take an 8x8 cake pan or a stone bar pan, whatever you have, just 8x8. You're gonna line it with parchment paper. And all I do really is set it on it like that. Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's perfect, Robbie. Also, if you don't have parchment paper in a pinch, you can use coconut oil spray. It works just as good, okay? So we just have that just in case. But I like parchment paper because you literally can take the brownies out of the pan and then we'll cut them later. So, okay, well, let's get started. Our first ingredient is 4 eggs. So we have 4 eggs that we're going to crack open. And we have 6 tablespoons of honey. So Robbie, I'll have you go ahead and start cracking those eggs there. Yeah, I can actually move this up. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Once again, 6 tablespoons of honey. Honey is the sweetened ingredient for this recipe, Robbie.
Sounds delicious.
You don't like honey? I like honey. Maybe some people don't. If you don't like honey, you can use a different type of a sweetener, like maybe agave possibly, if you don't like honey, but or maple syrup. I'm sure maple syrup, that's a good sweetener for things as well. So we got 4 eggs and we're gonna blend that up really quick. So we'll turn this on low and have one more notch up, Robbie, on the side there. Perfect, great. When I was kind of going through what brownies were, I found what they think of came from the original brownie. Mm-hmm. It was a lady back in the 1890s, and she was doing the Chicago World Trade Fair, and came up with, she asked her chef, she goes, I want serving, instead of cake, I want people to be able to eat like cake like with their fingers. So she came up with a brownie, and this is very similar to this. Yeah, we can turn that off. I thought it was a very interesting read. Her name is Bertha Palmer. What a name back in the 1890s.
Bite-sized cake. I like it.
Yeah, bite-sized cake. That's exactly where this brownie came from. Okay, then you're doing, we can flip it up, 10 tablespoons of coconut oil. Now, coconut oil comes solid, so once again, just remember to put it in your microwave and melt that down. Then we have 2 cupfuls of vanilla. Okay. Always give Robbie the hard jobs to do. 2 cupfuls of vanilla. Nice.
There we go.
Perfect. And what this recipe does, we want to blend up everything right after we just kind of put these ingredients in there, just blend it up a little bit. Okay. Then we're going to take 1 cup of almond meal. So this is almonds ground up. You can find in the grocery store. You can throw that in there. Okay. Tip on this. Now, if you are in the Chicago or Indianapolis area, go to Trader Joe's. Get some almond meal. It's like $4.99 for 4 cups.
Right. So it's not like $15 a pound. Yeah.
Which we find around here.
Exactly,
right.
Yeah.
And we love our area. Don't get us wrong. But if you can find almond meal at a good deal, buy that up. It's definitely, I use that in a lot of my recipes. Okay? That's good. Okay, we're almost done. Now we're going to add in our sweet potato and avocado. Okay, so parents, you want to get your kids to eat some brownies, right? Try this recipe. I bet they won't even know sweet potatoes and avocados are in there. And avocado's green, so we're adding a little bit of our green for St. Patrick's Day. We're going to blend that on up once again. So it doesn't take very long to make it all, and
Yeah,
there's only about 7 ingredients, and they really are yummy. Okay, just about done there. I was thinking too, when I was reading that story about Eartha and her recipe, that this recipe probably is a lot like what they made in the 1890s, because they didn't have a lot of processed foods then.
Exactly.
Minus the sweet potato, but
Right.
you know, this recipe is very similar to what they had back then.
Yeah.
So this is what I have here is cacao powder, and I'm actually going to show you what I have. It's organic cacao powder. It's a lot like cocoa powder. It almost has more of a richer, darker taste to it, even a little bit like some coffee flavoring in there. But it's not, but it is, it has this really nice flavor texture. It's real smooth too. So you can dump all that in. That's 7 tablespoons of that. Perfect.
I found out what I think is the difference between cacao and cocoa powder the other day. One is heated and the other is not. Cacao is not. So
I
that's
didn't
why it's got a
realize
little
that.
more coffee flavor.
Oh, okay. And it does feel a little softer to me, actually. A little more powder, like powdered sugar. Just a little more soft to me. Nice. So we're going to blend that all up there. Now, the last ingredient, because you know I like my sweets, Robbie.
Yes.
Like, you know I love sweets, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you can add in half a cup of dark chocolate chips. Like these are 65 to 70% dark. So we're going to pull that off of there. And I'm going to have Robbie add these in. Perfect. And we're going to blend it up one more time. And we're going to throw it in our pan. Now, you'll put your oven at 350 degrees. And please make sure you put a timer on it. I'm 25 minutes max. You almost want to undercook these brownies to get it to more like a fudgy consistency type. If you would like more of a cake brownie, I'm going to tell you a secret. Add 1 teaspoon of baking soda in there. If you want it to be more cake-like, just add the teaspoon of baking soda that actually rises that brownie instead of making it really fudgy. So I know I had Robbie taste test these the other day, and what do you think?
I love them. They're great.
They are definitely more fudgy, aren't they? Yeah. I had some ladies at the gym too. Betsy Rocio, shout out to you. Thank you for being some guinea pigs for there and trying them for me. Okay. I think we're done.
All right. Awesome.
And what we're gonna do is just scrape that down.
Okay.
We can add this here. And
Do you want me to take this out and then pour it in?
twist it. Perfect. Good.
All right.
Here. I'll actually switch you spatulas. That would be a little easier. And you can kind of come over here and see. There you go. Perfect. Yep. And that parchment paper, you can just see kind of falls right down as that batter is being put in there. And we're just going to spread it out.
Okay.
Just like that. Good. And we'll just keep spreading it till it goes all the way to the sides. Also, my first time I did this working with parchment paper, I actually punctured a hole in it. No worries. It still all bakes the same and tastes wonderfully, Robbie. So we can make errors in cooking or baking and fix them pretty easily. Okay, nicely done. So what I'm going to do is take this out. That's all you have to do to kind of get that a little even. You'll throw it in your oven for 350 degrees. Like I said, set that timer. Don't let them over bake because you don't want them to burn or anything. So what we'll do is set this in the oven. And because of the magic of I can do things
TV.
Earlier, yeah, we'll come over here and let's get a picture of our finished product today. So we have our fudgy sweet potato brownies, and you might notice I might have done something a little different, right? One, St. Patrick's Day, so we're gonna green it up, but also because I love sweets so much, I decided to do an organic icing on it, and it's made with coconut cream, actually. So coconut milk, 2 sticks of unsalted butter, and then it's a cup of organic powdered sugar. And what I'll have that recipe up on the website for you guys if you want to put icing on it. It's actually really good and it's very smooth tasting. But it's not too overpowering like a sickening sweet icing sometimes. But you can also leave that out and just put powdered sugar on it or drizzle some melted chocolate chips and drizzle chocolate syrup over it. Just as easy as that. So there you go.
Awesome.
Hope you all enjoy your fudgy sweet potato brownies.
All right, guys. So another edition of Amy's Treat Corner. We really hope that you guys give these delicious brownies a try. We want to wish you guys a very happy
Happy St. Patrick's Day.